V is for vegan, says, I have a teenage boy too. He's getting burned out on beans and rice. To keep it interesting in my house, I change up the way we're eating the beans and rice. So, all right, so here's all the different ways that you could eat, that I can serve beans. I can take a 2-pound bag of canary beans or Mayakoba beans, and I'll spice them up with a chili flavor and cook the whole thing in the iPot, okay? Now I've got a bunch of beans in a big old container, and I'll make a batch of brown rice. So here's how the week goes. Oh, and I'll have a package of tortillas. And then, of course, all the vegetable fixings. So here's what'll go. The first night, we'll go beans and rice, just straight up, beans and rice. And the family, and I'll have cheese sauce, okay? I'll have some cheese sauce made up so they can drizzle some cheese sauce over their beans, or they can eat them straight up. And I always make sure that I have tortilla chips on hand for dipping. Then the next day, I'll take some of those beans out and I'll blend them up and put them in a skillet, and I'll dry them out and make refried bean paste. And then we'll have I can take that refried bean paste and we can either drop that on a thing of nachos, to make nachos, or I will use that to make flautas. I'll take that bean paste, maybe saute some onions, and then mix that together, and then I'll lay that in a flour tortilla, roll it up, set the oven for 425 degrees, and then toast those rolled flour tortillas for about 15 minutes. And now we've got this crunchy bean yumminess that's awesome. If I don't feel like turning on the oven and I just want to turn on the griddle, I'll take that refried bean and I'll cover 1/2 of a tortilla and fold it over. Now we've got a quick quesadilla. But if I'm feeling fancy, I might saute some onions and spinach together and have an extra, add some filling to the refried beans. And now we've got spinach, onions, and beans rolled in there. And my son eats this, and picky eater. She's not crazy about, she's getting better. She used to not be crazy about onions, but she's getting better. So even Maggie will chow into a quesadilla that has refried black beans in it. So then, so we got, and then that's a quesadilla, and then we quarter that up and we eat that. And I'll make cashew sour cream, or we'll have the cheese sauce in there. And then so then we're doing pretty good. And if I still have beans and rice left over, then what I like to do is I'm not ashamed to do it. I'll take whatever remaining beans are left out of that batch. I'll drain off the water where it's just the beans, and take the beans and the rice, throw them in the iPot, and add make a soup out of them. You know what I'm saying? Make a totally different soup. So maybe I'll water saute some onion, and if I have any mushrooms on hand, I might do those. If I have any bell pepper, I'll throw some bell pepper in there. I'll soften those. I'll throw in the beans and the rice. I might add some vegetable broth in there. Maybe some tomatoes, like a can of diced tomatoes. I'll add. I could use Tex-Mex spices like chili powder, cumin, garlic powder, onion powder, a little extra onion powder, some liquid smoke. Throw that in there. Spice up that broth, and then I've got a little, I don't know, a Tex-Mex minestrone or something like that. And then that usually, I've got all the beans are done by then. I've got the whole batch of beans eaten up. So boom. But we've eaten beans, but no, we don't eat the beans the same way. It's really important to just keep changing up what you add to the beans, so that it never feels like the beans are the main focus. Changing it up with sauteed onions, or green bell pepper, or roasted red bell peppers are great. If you don't have roasted red bell peppers, if you don't want to make them, get the stuff in the jar that's in the water, and then have those ready to cut up and just stir into your refried beans. That works too. Am I leaving anything out? Is there any other way? I didn't even mention the enchiladas. I didn't even get to that. So here's something that'll really eat up all the beans. Let's say that you're at the end of the week, and maybe you've got more bean juice than you've got beans, but you don't want to throw out the bean juice. That's okay. you can take that bean juice and go ahead and make up some kind of enchilada filling. Maybe it's with spinach and onions. Maybe you could do like a, let's see, let me think. You could do shredded soy curls, like a chicken enchilada. Or you could do, if you wanted to do like a spicy brown lentil dry filling or something like that as your taco meat, you could fill up some tortillas with spiced up lentils, as your meat. And then you take whatever bean juice, bean sauce and beans you have left over, blend them up, and hopefully you have a ratio where it gives you a nice thick sauce. And then taste that, see if you want to add like more chili powder to it, or if you want to add some heat to it or something like that. And then you let that be your enchilada sauce that you pour over all your enchiladas. And then bake that off in the oven, at 350 degrees for like half an hour so everything heats through, and boom, you're done. Bye.